Now I've moved on to ninth.
So we have Dhruv here with us, who is now in ninth. He has moved from eighth to ninth now, and Dhruv has started almost a month back. He is eventually planning to take his SAT exam. He has already taken PSAT, and in a month's time, he has shown excellent progress. I have been doing questions of SAT directly with Dhruv, which is a little difficult than PSAT. But then the good part is that he is catching up and he's showing very good performance. As you can see, he's smiling, so it is not a burden to him. Otherwise, for an eighth or ninth class student, generally, when we do questions which are a little of higher level, it becomes difficult to comprehend and that becomes a little boring. But for Dhruv, it has been a journey of a lot of excitement. And I'm also
Yes.
always excited because he performs very well. He puts in lots of efforts, which I will show you in a while. And he has started getting very good marks in his school tests also. So I'll start with the school
Yes.
test where you scored 20 on 20. So what was this test, Dhruv, and what kind of questions were there and how you scored 20 on 20 in that?
So earlier, it was a comprehension passage. Earlier in the school, when I was always afraid of comprehension passages, but like it's only been a month, but now it's like a piece of cake for me. So like earlier, it used to be I'm okay with you know something like literature questions, but now language and comprehension is like it's like I don't know need to even practice for my school's assessments because now I know that I have the potential to get full marks in that because SAT is something which is even more difficult and higher, but if I'm able to do that, it is like a cup of tea for me.
Good, 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 good. So let me tell you that Dhruv is from Pathway School, which is an ICSE school, and they have reading comprehensions and vocabulary tests happening regularly. And these days, because of Corona, all these tests are happening from home itself. Dhruv, I hope you didn't do any cheating, right?
No, sir.
Okay. So just kidding. And I know the way you perform, and I know the way you come up with all the questions. Another important thing is I find that whenever you go wrong on some question, you really start enjoying it. You tell me that, yeah, I've learned a lot of things today. So
Yes,
how
sir.
is that when usually people do some questions incorrectly, they do not feel good. But I see that sometimes you do go wrong on, let's say, three, four questions when the passage is difficult. Yesterday also we did a passage which was a little
Yes,
complicated.
yes.
I see that,
So
yeah,
So what I my take on that is because right now the SAT is far like almost 2-3 years to go. So as I heard that your mistakes are your biggest teacher. So if you don't make mistakes now, you'll make mistakes in the paper. So it's better that you know what are your weak areas and what are the places where these sad people try to confuse you. And if I know where I'm going wrong right now, so I can prepare myself for the SAT exams better.
oh, that is a fantastic approach, and there is a lot to learn from you regarding this kind of approach, Dhruv. And
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad that you go with this attitude of learning. I would also like to show something which Dhruv does. So whenever there is a mistake, Dhruv, why don't you only explain it? I'll just open this.
So should I share it? I have opened.
Yeah, you're open, so you can share it.
Yes, sir. So you need to enable screen sharing.
Yeah, I will. So I have made you co-host.
Okay. So, sir, this is my correction log. So first, when we were doing the eyelids, I used to like make many different types of correction sections. So one was the the basic ones like the questions and the notes, the things like I learned from there. For example, like never choose an answer. Like over there in eyelids, there are three options:
So
true,
it's
false,
IELTS, IELTS, IELTS,
IELTS.
and yeah.
So there are three options: true, false, and not given. So I made a note that whenever there is no evidence, you should never choose false. It's better you choose not given or something
Yes.
like the aim of the passage is never the problem; it's the solution. And these were the common places where I was always getting stuck. And my next column was words in passage and the word in questions. So they generally paraphrase the words which are there in the question, and and they give it to you as a question, but you don't see that word in the passage, so you think you don't know the answer. So like repel also means withdraw, or in one of the passages, a person who is not a scientist was referred as a layman, so etc.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
here is my vocabulary. And there were some places where I was thinking that some word means like I was getting a wrong definition of some word. So migrated long back does not mean that the first ones to migrate, like it was long back, but there may have been people before that.
Yeah.
Or yesterday I forgot to update it, there was a word nominal. So
Mhm.
nominal does not mean very less in amount. Nominal means something like for the sake of it, or you know
Just for the name of it.
yeah, name of it.
Like president is the nominal head of the country.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm so glad you maintained this, and I think this is great learning. And I mean, uh, it helps you to revise it. Yes, you have got this one also. What does these tabs mean? Sat 10, Sat 9. What exactly are
So
these tabs?
for different tests, I'm making different sheets so that whenever I do the same passage again, I'm
Mhm.
aware that what were the mistakes I made, and I'll not try to make them again.
Okay, and I see that this uh, structure is very, very simple. Just three columns:
Yes, sir.
section, question, and description. That is all.
Yes, sir.
And in description, you have written most of the stuff, and
Yes, sir.
section and question simply tell you about which section and which question was the one where you go wrong. Okay. How do you write? Can we take one or two questions and understand what you write in the description?
Okay, so let's take this one only. So
Okay.
anyone,
Let's take the
like,
last one, let's say.
okay. So there was one of the questions in which it says which one of the examples provide the best transition for the following sentence. So what I thought the following sentence would be the sentence which was highlighted with the number, but actually it turned out that the following sentence means the sentence after that. So
Yeah. So you
so
made a note of it.
yes,
So you
sir. And
make note of every small thing also, like following sentence, although it is very clear to understand, but then since you did not understand it that time, you
yes, sir.
wrote it here that following sentence actually means after the full stop.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
like one more
And
example, like in question 31.
uh-huh.
So what I learned from that mistake was that you should always, like, if they ask you which word best suits, so you should always stay in the tense which is going on. So there was an option for swirl, swirled, will, swirl. So I saw that there was a word embrace after that.
Mhm.
So embrace is present tense, so I thought swirl would be the best option.
Yeah. So consistency of tense is to be maintained.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's actually like SAT has a, wait, I'll show it to you. So SAT test 9 answer key. So this is something which SAT has already made, but I thought this is in their language. But if I make something which is in my language, I'll be able to relate to it better. So
Yes. 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 This is fantastic. And I think one more advantage of maintaining this corrections log is that I can ask any question at random and you know which mistake it was.
yeah, yes, sir.
So once you become aware of your own mistakes, it becomes easy for you to correct them.
Yes,
Otherwise, with writing or with English, the biggest problem is that we correct the errors and they get evaporated there and then. So we do not get
yes.
a chance to fall back on or revise them. So yeah,
Mm.
I think that is a big advantage of maintaining this corrections log. And I mean, this is the most comprehensive corrections log I've ever seen, where you are
Thank
writing everything, and I think it makes a lot of sense. I've seen other participants also doing it, and there is a lot of value in this. So apart from that, how do you improve your vocabulary? How do you go about like learning new words? Do you do anything special about it, or it's from the passages itself?
Sir, so first was the vocabulary column which I made, and
Hmm.
the other was there are some PDFs which I had shared with me earlier. So I'm doing those, like they have some it's not only the word and the definition, but there are some exercises after that. So you are more, you know,
Okay.
the word is more
So
easy to.
basically, you make some sentences using those words, so it becomes
Yes.
easy for you to remember. Okay.
And whenever I start with a book, a novel or something, so my main aim for a novel is not to read the entire thing but to understand. So whenever I come across a new word, I just underline it, and then at night I search up the word on Google and then write the meaning and also definition on paper. So
Oh,
that
okay.
makes.
So
Yes.
reading novels, does it help comprehension in some way? Does it
Sir,
help you to?
uh, reading novels is like, I'm not very fond of it, but it still helped me a lot, because if there were many instances when I learned a new word
Mhm.
last day and the next day I use the same word with my friends. So like,
Okay. So when is your next? You are planning to take PSAT this year,
yes sir, if it happens.
if it happens because of COVID and everything. But I
Yes.
think the good part of starting early is that it has started helping you in academics, in school also. When you start
Yes.
reading books which are unknown to you, that
Mm.
fear of unknown gets away, and you are able to overcome that fear of unknown, which is a big thing. I mean, all of us have this fear of unknown, but if somehow you start doing reading comprehension, you
Mm.
know the tricks like reading the first paragraph, the last paragraph, the first line of every paragraph, not paying too much attention to words which are very difficult, but understanding the basic meaning. I think that is something big, and you have done a great job there by keeping on reading. Tell me about the initial passages of IELTS that you did and now the passages of SAT. Do you find any difference in them?
So there's no major difference in them. The structure, the method I used in IELTS and SAT is just the same. So the way I go about it is like, I read the first paragraph and the last paragraph. I gather a basic knowledge about the passage, and then
Mhm.
I do questions. And there was a technique which you told me. It has really helped me. So 90% of the times the questions are between the previous question and the next question. So it's a whenever you want to search for an answer, it's always like, for example, the previous question is on line was based on line 40, and they're asking what does so and so word mean in line 60. So the answer to the middle question is between line 40 and 60. So this was a very.
Right. Right. So where to get the answer is clear.
Yes sir.
Yeah. And I see the same kind of improvement in your grammar also. This was reading comprehension and grammar exercises also. I feel that now you are able to get them. Are you maintaining a corrections log of? Yeah, I can see the writing
Yes sir.
exercises also here. So you maintain reading as well as writing here.
Yes sir.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's great. I think I am all through with all the questions that I wanted to ask. And I think this would be a great learning. Two, three things which are very, very important. I'll just reiterate. The first is the approach that even if you go wrong, it's an opportunity to learn and you kind of
Yeah.
just write it down in your corrections log, which you do it very nicely. And the second thing is being rigorous and regular. I mean, like on the same day, if you make the corrections log, there is higher retention because you have committed some mistake and you just write it there. And apart from that, certain techniques and skills, like for example, reading the first paragraph and the last paragraph and finding out where the answer is. If you want to do quick
Mm.
reading, you can always use these techniques. Like if the previous question was from question number line number 60, the next question probably would be from 65, 70 somewhere.
Yes.
So we can have those clues to answer questions. And I think the more we read, the better it gets.
Yeah.
Practice of reading comprehension, always reading novels and other things always help to improve. Last thing is that I think the advantage of starting early is that it reflects in your academics also, which is most
Yes sir.
important for us.
So the time you would spend on learning English and taking extra tuitions for English, which academically you're now focusing on SAT, so it can help you in future also, and at the same time it's
Yeah,
helping you in your academics.
yes, yes. So all the very best to you, Dhruv.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm sure there are lots of learnings from this, and this would be useful for all the participants who see this.
Yes,
And
sure.
all success to you. I
Thank
am
you,
very,
sir.
very sure you will do very well in your academics as well as in SAT and all the tests you do. And thank you so much. I learn a lot of things from you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye, sir.